Hello, and welcome to the first of a series of videos I'd like to call Thoughts. And in this series I'd like to come up with different theories and thoughts and basically random ideas that I came up with. And for episode 1, I'm calling this What is Wrong with Haruhi Suzumiya?
You want to try that again?
I thought she was a god. Aren't gods flawless?
You've obviously never read the Greek mythologies, but anyway, in the series, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Haruhi, the title character, demonstrates some of the common signs of bipolar, also known as manic depressive disorder.
So, what? You are an expert on psychoanalysis now.
I'm just saying what I'm thinking. And Haruhi has a wildly high, fluctuating mental state. She's either up and woo, yeah, running around, joining every club in school, pushing herself to the very highest limits of everything, excelling in everything she does, and then when she gets around to getting the idea of starting this SOS Brigade club, she just hijacks people and just jumps in. She has little time for input or suggestions or anything. Just go.
Yes, well, just because she is excitable doesn't mean she's crazy.
Perhaps, but she'll immediately go from Yahoo, looking for aliens, to shut off, going home. Just never mind, don't worry about it. Just goes down. And she spends a lot of her time in class in what can only be considered a down state. She just lays her head on her desk and don't bother. She's not going to respond anyway.
But class is just so boring.
Perhaps, but she takes extended leaves of absences from school for what is called melancholy. But I don't think the interesting point of the series is Haruhi at all.
You are really starting to piss me off.
I tend to have that effect on women. But if you look at the member of her club, the SOS Brigade, you'll see not the signs of mental instability, but the ways people react to the mental instability. First of all, let's look at Kyon, the narrator and main character, I guess, of the series. He's the normal person. He wants everything around him to be normal. He's constantly begging Haruhi and the other members of the club to be normal. Just act normal.
Isn't that a good thing?
Not necessarily. If the normal person couldn't get away from the abnormal person, eventually they'll come to resent the abnormal and just antagonize and exacerbate the situation. And when the abnormal person is in her up state, she'll be very uninterested in anything about normalcy. Normal's boring. Why would you want to be normal? Just be out there and exciting and crazy. But if she's in her down state, she'll be frustrated and because she couldn't be normal.
So we just go along with the crazy.
And that would lead us to two of the other members of the SOS Brigade, Mikuru and Koizumi. Never going to get those names right. But anyway, Mikuru is a weak-willed person. She just goes along with Haruhi, just doing whatever Haruhi wants her to do, because I think she's afraid. She's the kind of person that would be afraid of losing Haruhi as a friend if she didn't go along with it. But instead of providing any kind of stability for her, she's just going along with her because she's too afraid to upset her.
Didn't you just say that normal is bad?
Instead of in quest for normalcy, she could be providing a stabilizing force. Instead of begging her to be normal, she can provide normalcy.
And you actually think she could do that?
The problem would be that she's just too skittish to try. But unfortunately, Koizumi's on the other end of that coin, where he doesn't seem to be afraid of Haruhi's up state, but he's afraid of her down state. So he doesn't want her to get depressed or bored. So he's just like constantly forcing her to go. Don't slow down. Don't calm down. Izumi seems to think that keeping her upstate is somehow protecting her from her downstate, which isn't good in all kinds of different ways.
Dude, don't be a downer.
it's not about being a downer. Life requires balance. You have to have as much up as down, and being an extreme on either end of the spectrum is not good. And Koizumi doesn't provide her with the chance to be on her down state. At the time they had a school time off from school, he sets up a trip to immediately go out to a desert island where he sets up a murder mystery, so she doesn't get bored or have a chance to cool off.
There isn't anything wrong with taking a trip for a vacation.
Not at all. But there's nothing wrong with calming down either. Just having time to cool down. And to allow that, he just gotta keep her going. Gotta go. Constantly go.
He's a weaselly bastard, too.
He's a little quick to throw Mikuru at the wolf and escape in his own little ways. And as hard as I've tried to come up with a segue into Yuki's form of coping, it's just, she really has the cruelest form of dealing with Haruhi's instability.
You mean not their no?
That's exactly the problem. She's rejecting Haruhi altogether. She just does not want to deal with her.
You know, she might have issues of her own.
Oh, there's no doubt there. It's fairly possible that she has her own mental issues, but this video isn't really about the different issues of this SOS Brigade. It's really just talking about the different ways people manage their associates that have mental instabilities, and Yuki just decides to the shit and go. She's still technically friends with Haruhi, but eventually I see her just not dealing with it anymore and just leaving. I forgot to write it outro conclusion, but anyway, the conclusion is there's all kinds of different ways of dealing with people with mental instabilities. Don't try to be normal. I gotta say, demanding someone be normal isn't helping people be normal. But going along with it, just going along with it because they're going along with it, that's not helping either. But don't just say goodbye because people have issues, because doesn't everybody have issues? And you get to it. I better wrap up before I get too rambly. But I implore people to look at people with mental instabilities, not be too judgmental, and figure out maybe you can't help them, but be there for them, and try to be a stabilizing force for them. And I'd like to say that I have no basis in any psychological or mental health authority to help anybody. This is not to help. This is not a help video. This is just to point out interesting ways people deal with those other people. Thanks for watching that first episode of Thoughts. I'll be uploading weekly videos. This conclusion is, if you want to stop watching, you can't stop watching now. But I want to upload weekly videos on Sunday. I'll have weight loss videos weighing in. Need to work on that really. On Wednesdays, I'm uploading cosplay videos, update videos, and on Fridays, I probably not going to upload this on Friday, but this editing went long. On Fridays, I'm going to be uploading random videos that I'm editing videos, lists and reviews and thoughts like this. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you have thoughts on these characters or other things, I'd go ahead and write them below. Have a good evening.